Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. All right. Good morning, and good morning. What an amazing, awesome, just incredible day today. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And I'm so excited to be here today. I believe we are on day 43. I think this day 43 is one of them days that we just get to enjoy today. And then, so we are on day 43. All right, so we're going to start with our breathing. And so go ahead, and we're going to take some big, deep breaths. We're going to hold them for a while, and then we're going to breathe out. Let me put our breathing music on. There we go. Turn this down, though. And that's how we start our day. Wake up on purpose. And protecting our focus by not turning on any of those devices every day as we wake up. These are big, deep belly breaths. Stand here, make your belly stick out. Like when you're a kid, you try to stick your belly out to think like you would be Santa Claus or something like that. But nothing would come out, but you try to stick it out. That's what we're doing here. We're going to hydrate. So make sure you go get your water. One big glass or two full glasses. I try to have two 12-ounce glasses. Creating our breathing through our stillness. We're going to do a devotional. We're going to do a word of the day. We're going to talk about our gratitude. What are you thankful for today? We're going to set our intention for today. We're going to do our affirmations. And make sure after we check our money and we do some exercise. Breathe in. Let's do one more. All right, let's grab our first glass of water. Of course, we're hydrating before we caffeinate. So you can do that. Let's jump into our devotional. Our devotional. I guess I'm frozen. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Guess the internet was acting up just a little bit, but that's all right. I think we're back now. So today, day 43, when together feels heavy. When together feels heavy. So the verse for today, come to me, all you who are weary. And that's from Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who are weary, heavy laden, I believe. I'm sorry, I dropped my cup here. Put it back. Knocked it over. All right. So the truth is, God, I bring you my weariness. Sometimes you feel a little bit like the same things that are happening. It is, it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. It just seems like I'm just tired. I've been doing it over and over and over again. And God asks us to bring that to Him. He wants to give us energy. He wants to give us strength. He wants to give us the things that will make us want to go on. And sometimes we just feel because we've been doing it, right? And Bonhoeffer acknowledges that community can feel heavy. The people around you, the stories that they tell you, the things that continue to go on can feel like it's too much. And so rest restored joy where exhaustion threatened connection. One of the things with service that can happen is you start comparing yourself with other folks. You start thinking about what other folks are doing, and sometimes you feel like you're doing more, and because you're doing more than you feel like they're doing, because the truth of the matter is we don't know their whole life. We don't know their things that they do. Sometimes we might think that we know. We don't know what's going on in their mind. We don't know what their ability, their capacity, that was our word yesterday, is that capacity where we talk about what can you fill up. And so but what we see is in the area of service, the area of volunteerism. And sometimes we feel like we're doing more and then we get envious, or we get, I don't know if it's jealousy or it's just we're upset because what we see them doing is more than or less than what we see our sacrifice. If we talk about equal sacrifice, not equal giving, but we think about, okay, does everybody have to sacrifice the same that I'm sacrificing? And sometimes we're asked to do things over and over and over again that we say, wait a minute, I need to put boundaries around those. And when you're able to do that and you're able to rest, then you come back and realize the reason that you're serving at the capacity you are is not to equal what somebody else is doing. You're doing it so that because you love Jesus, you love God, and you love the kingdom, and you love to make sure that it moves forward. So rest restores joy when exhaustions threaten connection. There were moments I can remember that I felt worn down by responsibility and expectation. Rest, not quitting, was what restored joy and perspective. Sometimes you have to step away. I was meeting with somebody last night, and they've been doing the same job and the same task as a volunteer for so long, maybe 10, 15 years even. And then she said, I'm tired. And I said, well, there's a reason for the season. That somebody else can do that job. You are not the only person in the world that can do it. And let somebody else take over for a minute, or reduce the amount of things you're doing, because it's keeping you stressed. It's messing with your mind. It's messing with the things you're doing. So inside of community, you can pull yourself out for a little bit, reinsert yourself in, set boundaries on what you're going to do, because you're allowed to rest without walking away. And the invitation today is thinking about, what kind of rest do you need? Do you need the kind of rest where you just need to go home and you have a vacation? Do you need the kind of rest where you step away for a little bit? Not walk away forever, but just maybe step away. What kind of rest do you need? I need you to pray about that. And then I need you to step away and take the rest that you need, because you're not really that good to everybody when you are weary, when you're I guess I don't want to say restless, but when you have that attitude of, I show up and it's hard to smile, and you don't feel like smiling because you've done too much. And God has actually said, you need to rest. He did, right? He created the world in 6 days, and he rested on the seventh. So what kind of rest do you need? Schedule rest intentionally today. Don't wait till tomorrow. I'll do it later. Schedule some rest that you need. Step away today if you need to. Get the rest you need so that you can be a blessing to others. I can say every day, you are a answer to somebody's prayer, and it's hard to be an answer to somebody's prayer when you're the person who needs the prayer, when you're the person who needs to step back for a minute. So you need to be available to be that answer. And so you need to take care of yourself in order to do it. So, Jesus, give me rest, renew my strength, renew my strength. Amen, 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 right? Jesus, give me rest and renew my strength. Short, easy prayer. And then my blessing to you, may rest restore your joy. May rest restore your joy. May you enter into a different season than the one you're in now, because you have decided to rest. All right, that's day 43. Oh, I didn't put it up on the screen. I apologize. One more time. I'll throw it up there just right now so that you will see it. There you go. So when together is heavy, take a screenshot, or you can go to um, what is it, the routine.live, and you have all these available to you. All right, so President, today, why don't we do this? Why don't we do our second breath today? I'm going to try this today. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to do our affirmations while we're breathing. So I'll take a breath and I'll do our affirmations, and we'll see. Just a little bit of change up. And, if we got weary doing it the other way, we'll do it this way. And so let's breathe in the nose, out through the mouth, and then when we get to the top of our breath, we will say our affirmation. All right, breathe in, I am becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming the person my future requires. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I'm grounded, grateful, and growing. I'm grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. And we're breathing as we say our affirmations. Breathe in. I'm connected to God, to myself, and to others. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. In through the nose. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every single day. I make meaningful connections every single day. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I'm right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. Again, we are breathing and doing our affirmations at the same time today. God has already placed me and is providing me with everything I need for what He has called me to do. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. There is more than enough, and I am enough to fulfill my purpose. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance. There is no lack. God's provision is everywhere and is all things. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill His purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and fulfill His purpose in me. All right, so grab some water and we're going to drink our next water. All right. All right, so now let's jump into our gratitude because we haven't done that yet. And on our gratitude, you are going to listen and think of your own gratitude as I give the 5 categories of mine. And then you write some stuff down, you think of some stuff, you meditate on stuff, you say some things. What are you grateful for today? Life and health. Thank you, God, that I woke up today. I recognize this day as mercy and opportunity. Thank you for my body and the quiet faithfulness of its systems, my heart beating, my lungs breathing, and my brain processing, my nervous system regulating, my muscles moving, and my cells renewing. Thank you for strength. I can feel and feel strength. I can feel that it is building beneath the surface. Thank you for helping me become more aware of how hydration, sleep, movement, and nutrition shapes my clarity, my patience. I am grateful for mental resilience, emotional stability, and the ability to reset when needed. When I think of my family and my relationships, I'm deeply thankful for my family, for my wife, for my children, for my grandchildren, for my parents, for my great grandchildren that I'm going to have someday. Thank you for my in laws, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, and all the people that I get to interact with. The generational thread that connects us. Thank you for love that matters, conversations that deepen, and the responsibility of leadership within my home. Thank you for the colleagues, friends, students, clients, divine connections that sharpen and stretch me. Thank you for helping me recognize that every relationship carries a lesson. Some teach encourage, some teach endurance, and some teach wisdom. And I'm just so thankful for each of those lessons that I get to partake in every single day. When I think about your provision, I thank you for provision in my life. I thank you for uh, the roof over my head, the roof over my head, the food in my kitchen, the transportation I rely on, the safety that allows rest. Thank you for structure, schedule, and the ability to plan ahead. Thank you for provision of the access, knowledge, and opportunity. Thank you for the guiding me to notice the provision is not only material, it is also peace of mind, stability, and margin. I thank you for finances. I am grateful for financial provision and opportunity. Thank you for income, streams of income, resources, ideas, witty ideas, and the partnerships that allow financial movement. I thank you for the coaches that are in my life that help me think about money and think about how it's going to interact in my life. I thank you for currency and the ability to have it and to be able to utilize it for the better of folks and the better of my family and the better of my life as well. I thank you for the ability to give, to invest, and participate in building something larger than myself. Thank you for helping me grow in long term thinking and guiding me to align finances with values, not impulses. I'm grateful for lessons learned and the wisdom gained along the way. Thank you for purposeful impact. I'm thank you that I get to live with purpose today. Thank you that my voice, consistency, and obedience continue to influence lives beyond what I immediately see. Thank you for impact in quiet rooms, private conversations, teaching moments, and unseen seeds that have been planted through the discipline of the daily activities. I thank you for guiding me to lead not only with words, but with an example of alignment, with an example of my daily life as you help me make sure that it's there. Thank you for this day and for the safety and the steady sharpening of my character and my calling. Thank you for this day that we were able to get up and do all those wonderful things. All right. So let's now just jump into our word for today. Seems like we're getting through just about the same time. So today's word is intentional. Today's word is intentional, meaning intentional living in choosing instead of drifting. Choosing instead of drifting. Let me put this up so you can see it. Sorry about that. Most regrets that I've heard don't come from bad decisions. They come from no decisions at all. Days blend together when we drift intentionally. When we drift, intentionality brings days back into focus and reminds us that direction matters more than speed. We start the morning setting our intentions for the day, which means that the focus reminds us that direction matters more than speed. Knowing where you're going before you try to get there fast is more important because you can go fast, but if you don't know where you're going, you don't get there. You're just going fast. It's like those greyhound dogs that have a rabbit in front of them at the track, and people bet on which one's going to win, and the rabbit just goes around in circles, and the dogs just keep going around in circles and circles. They're going fast, but they don't have a direction. They're just chasing after that next thing. And intentionality or being intentional doesn't allow you to just chase, to be reactive instead of proactive. I've watched days blur together when someone is living on default, reacting to whatever the loudest, easiest, and most urgent. Have you ever done that, Steve Covey? Highly, 7 Habits of Highly Accepted People. He talks about urgent and not urgent, and and getting through stuff there. So, but they look up and wonder where the time went. Everything can't be urgent, right? Where did my time go? And where did it go? I've also watched what happens when someone chooses on purpose. When they wake up on purpose, they know exactly where they're going. And then you wonder how they got there. And then because you weren't doing it, you go, they're so lucky. And the difference is when they got up in their day, they planned their day. When you got up in your day, you reacted to your day. They got to head and move one step further to that destination. You just were on the track running around in circles. And so when I've seen happens when someone chooses purpose, they plan, they prioritize, they protect what matters. Nothing magical changed, just one decision at a time. Intentionality didn't make life perfect, but it made life meaningful. I really like that. Intentionality didn't make life perfect. I'm going to highlight that one so you all can see it and go back to it, right? Intentionality didn't make life perfect, but it made life meaningful. So today, as you're making your connection, who deserves your undivided attention today? Who are you going to sit with? Who are you going to be intentional with? That, and it might be this time where you're just trying to glean. You're in present and you ask a question. Let the person who's helping you actually talk and feed into you. Before, take a piece of paper, take a pen, a notebook, whatever it is, and write down the things they are saying. Don't interrupt and say, but I did this or did this. Listen and then find out what you do. Today would be a good day to work on you. We talked about that restfulness. The restfulness might be find somebody who can feed in you today. I want you to be fully present. I want your phone to be down. I want your eyes to be up. The same process, but this time you're really listening because they're giving you advice. You're not listening so that you can help somebody today. You're listening so you can be helped today. It's a two-way street and it's so fun. Don't multitask in the moment. Truly listen. I think I talked about the other day when I was doing my podcast and I was doing stuff and I wasn't really listening. I'm like, what am I doing? Let me caught myself and let me go back. Because I don't do a good job. We don't do a good job trying to multitask. It was even me trying to write down something that they said, or me trying to type it in, or me trying to find something they said online so I could put it up on the screen. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me just listen. This person is speaking to me today. So choose that one conversation and then you're fully present because you're receiving. Be present to receive. So the promise today, plan tomorrow before the day ends. Today, I want you to do a few things that are intentional. If you haven't been planning your whole day with intentionality, pick a few things today that you're going to do intentionally. You want to write that down, what you're going to do. You want to say it out loud, I'm going to do it. Then you want to do it before you go to bed. Again, the word for today is intentional. Oh, so good. All right, so we're getting ready to jump into our ending song for today that hopefully it will bless you and bless the things that you have going. But if you don't have time to listen to it, I get it. Don't forget that you are God's greatest gift. Let him love on you today. Let him find that exact right person that is the right person for you to be able to help you, feed into you the things that you need. You are the answer to somebody else's prayer. And then if you need to be renewed, just be attentive to how God can use you. You were born for greatness, and greatness is coming. But intentionality is super important as your day goes by and doing something as a routine, doing something that's consistent. Man, what a great day. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I look forward to seeing you and talking with you tomorrow. Enjoy our song for today, and we will talk to you.
Yeah. Dr.B in the building. We're becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, so I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that we're living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light. 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taken off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so their best becomes their next step. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the pastures to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the stories and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be. Walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise. And the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right, all right. Well, thank you for an amazing day today. Have an amazing day today. Don't forget, you are the answer to somebody's prayer, and we will look forward to seeing you and talking with you the same time tomorrow. Again, have an incredible, wonderful, amazing day today.